You talk a lot about health too. I mean, you have a blog and you talk about living a healthy lifestyle and active lifestyle. So what are your favorite ways? Because as an entrepreneur, do you know who Patrick Bet David is?
Yeah.
Value Payment? Yeah. So he is my mentor. Tomorrow I'm actually going to his office and doing a workshop for a sales team in Fort Lauderdale. But he once told me the bigger the vision, the more energy required. And that is so true. As an entrepreneur, somebody wants to scale a business, you want to do that, I want to do that. It requires more energy. And in order to have that energy, you got to be healthy. You have to have vitality. You got to make sure you're doing the right things for your health, because your health, it really is your wealth. So I say all that to ask you, like, what are the things you do for your health to make sure you're focused, you're energized, you're vital, and you're able to scale your business and actually be present for your family and your friends?
Constantly checking in, right? Health is constantly evolving, changing. Stressors in our life, if you've given birth, like these really big life events can trigger certain imbalances or autoimmune issues, or maybe you get caught up in like the workflow and you don't realize that you're in the middle of a burnout and you're not being as productive as you actually think that you're being. So being able to kind of constantly check in and make sure that you're balanced, or at least trying to get balance, which I think is the closest that most of us will get, is that we're almost
Mhm.
there and then we dip and then we're almost there. Um, for me, it's also radical honesty with myself, because I think sometimes we're like, no, I'm not tired, I'm not burnt out, I can do another podcast, I can schedule another meeting. I've spent enough time with the kids today, right? And you know whether or not that's off kilter or not. That's like just something internally, especially as I think moms, that we're like in touch with is, am I showing up for my family as much as I'm showing up for myself and my business? So for me, I get my blood work done at least once a month. So because
Oh, wow.
yeah, I have Graves' disease. So it's a
Mm,
hyperthyroid autoimmune disorder.
yeah.
And right now it's flipped and we're in Hashimoto's. So that's a beautiful thing. So we're trying to sort that. So I'm getting my blood work done like every other week, or once a month, and just checking everything, like all of my vitamins, my hormones, my thyroid, seeing what's going on there, and then adjusting accordingly to that. I do a gut microbiome test once a year to also see what's happening with my gut, because that is a huge indicator of your health. So whether or not certain things are causing inflammation, what to remove, what to add. Um, we have a cold plunge that I can't use right now because I'm still breastfeeding, and that can dry you up. So I'm waiting till that breastfeeding journey is done, because I'm a huge advocate for cold therapy. We have an infrared sauna that I try to go in a couple times a week. Uh,
Nice.
yeah, so I mean, we do a lot. We have a garden, so I try to eat very clean, very healthy. I definitely indulge, like, so don't get me wrong, I'm not like gluten free or dairy free or anything like that, but it's just being very conscious of the balance of what I'm eating. Like, did I have pasta twice, 3 times this week? Okay, well, I need to adjust for the rest of the week. Working out, this is what I think is really interesting. So a lot of the workout regimens that we see online are very intense, very cortisol driven, and like kind of geared for men. But what we don't realize is a lot of like these HIIT training movements cause a huge cortisol spike in women, and we're a lot more susceptible to that because we're meant to carry children. So our bodies react a lot differently. I'm a big advocate in gentle movement for women. So whether it's Pilates, bar, yoga, it's not to say don't do weights, but it's just to do weights maybe a little bit differently than a man would do them. When I started making my workout routines a lot more gentle, I noticed a huge change in how I appeared on the outside. Like, I slimmed up faster than I'd ever done in my life, and I wasn't even doing anything with my diet. It was just getting rid of stress. And a lot of us don't realize that our workouts can be causing undue stress on our body. So, women, we're meant to kind of cling on to fat because it's like, okay, she can get pregnant at any moment. And obviously that's different if you're postmenopausal, but she can get pregnant at any moment. So she has to have a healthy fat reserve to sustain
Yeah.
a second life. So you kind of have to think of like working with your biology instead of against it.